Child abuse is something we need to pay much more attention to. Did you know that there's an estimated 3 million reported cases just in the United States? That's way too many children, not to mention all the unreported cases. Understanding the types of abuse and neglect is crucial in keeping children safe, and when it's being suspected, no matter what, it needs to be reported, just for the safety of the child. There are a few types of abuse and neglect. There's physical abuse, which is the most common form of abuse and shows a range of visible markings such as cuts, bruises, welts, and or missing hair. Emotional abuse or verbal abuse, which is when adults criticize, ignore, or verbally assault the child. Sexual abuse, which is any sexual involvement between an adult and a child. Physical neglect, which is when the child has been abandoned or the failure to provide the child's basic physical needs and care. Emotional neglect or psychological neglect, which is when parents fail to understand the need for affection, nurturing, and conversing with their child. A lot of the time, children feel too afraid to speak up of incidents like these, which is why we need to make sure they know and understand that it is okay to speak and tell. All children want to be loved. Sometimes it may be hard to tell if a child is being abused or neglected. It's always good to look out for the signs, such as seeming unusually fearful of adults, especially the parents, wearing inappropriate clothing for the weather conditions, which is to hide the injuries, avoid logical explanations for those injuries, seems generally unhappy, seldom smiles or laughs, is aggressive and disruptive or unusually shy and withdrawn, complains of pain or itching in the genital areas, rapid weight loss or gain, fascinated with body parts, uses sexual terms and talks about sexual activities that are unfamiliar to the children of this age, has a bad odor from dirty clothing, body, hair, and repeatedly arrives unclean. Often hungry, they beg or steal food while at school. Chronically tired, they fall asleep in class. Performs poorly in school, frequently absent or late to school, seldom participates in extracurricular activities. If any of these signs are found, close attention needs to be kept on the child. You can also learn more about the parents by looking out for abusive and neglectful signs, such as difficulty in forming long-term relationships, such as friendships or marriages, which lead to social isolation and loneliness, resulting in depending on the child for love. Belief in and the use of harsh punishment to discipline the child, poor anger control, drug and alcohol addiction. These are just a few signs to look out for. However, not all parents who show these signs abuse or neglect their children. But it is always wise to keep a lookout. We can also decrease the rate of child abuse and neglect by properly educating the parents on how to treat their children. The child's safety is always most important.